Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Inspirit Flow podcast. My name is Brie. I'm your host, and we are reinventing this podcast. Okay. So, this podcast is really a deep dive for local small business owners to learn how to grow and scale, up level their revenue while also taking back their time and freedom. Okay. So, this is all about personal development, leveling up, growth, mindset, business strategy, and also the connection to our faith and the spiritual side of business that is actually unavoidable. And so, what I do is I work with women in particular to level up their local small businesses and help them grow and scale and get more time and money and freedom. Awesome, right? But I love local businesses because I myself am a local small business owner. So I'm your host, Brie, and I am the founder of Inspirit Flow Consulting for Small Businesses. And it is really my passion to connect with other business women in particular and make sure that they are able to recognize these foundational things that they need in their business and just implement some simple systems that are going to simplify their life. Okay, so that's what I'm passionate about. I'm also a small local business owner. So I have a little local pet-based business that I've now expanded into 2 different states even. So I've learned a lot along the way. I have people who do work for me as well. So that has all been a learning process. And I've learned a lot of things that I want to coach people on when it comes to mindset. So I want to kind of reinvent this podcast. I want it to be a little more thoughtful. I want it to be a little less scripted. I want to talk about topics that are hot and active and ongoing issues for small business owners who have been in business for a while. So you're not brand new to business, but also you know that there's room for improvement and you are actively seeking things that can better your business, get you some time back, get you some sanity back. That is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this podcast, mixed with topics on faith, because I believe I want to lead my whole life with faith. And that is one of the perks of being a business owner is you are a leader and you get to choose how you want to lead. So I choose to openly express that. And it's a big part of my life. And if you match with that, then you're going to love my coaching style. And you're also going to learn how you can kind of level up your leadership and be more authentically you, which is what I'm trying to lead by example for. So in this podcast today, it's kind of unscripted, but I do want to let you know about a big thing coming up in my world and kind of fill you in on where we've been for the past few months. So we're starting off season 2. That is because I have entered a whole new phase in my personal life. And sometimes that happens in business, right? We're supposed to always be striving for growth. And if we don't constantly level up, then we feel like we've failed, right? Well, in fact, life often kind of kicks us and throws us for a loop, let's just say. It's not a victim card. It's not a poor, pitiful me. But it's a setback nonetheless. You can't really argue that it is a bit of a setback. Maybe. Usually it's for your higher good as well. So anyway, I'll just come out and tell you though, I no longer live in Florida. If you notice, the background looks different and I have some artwork coming soon, but I'm too afraid to hang it. I don't want it to fall off the wall. So it says have 2 people, so we're gonna try that. But anyway, I now have an apartment back in Columbia, Missouri, and I plan to do online consulting with anybody. I can help anybody in any small business, but particularly women who are in their local communities. They want to be a better leader. They want to have a more efficient business because they want to do more with their time. They want to live fuller lives with their families. They don't want to be, chained to their business just to constantly get by and not really have growth and not really attain the goal that they started their business for. So that is exactly who I am looking to help level up and make that transition, because what has got you to this point in business was the go for the next thing, and the trial and the error and the get back up when you get knocked down. But as you level up, you need to be evolving. It's not going to be the same hustle. It's going to look completely different, and you need to level up your hustle. You want to work smarter, not harder. Okay. So when we do that, and we step back regularly, and we have intentional goal setting sessions monthly where we check in and we're actually measuring our numbers so we know exactly what we're getting. These are the type of things that produce real results, and it's kind of a slow and steady wins the race type of a thing. So that is what we're looking to achieve when we work together. That's what I do. And I really love small local businesses more so than online. I love online business owners, but I'm looking to look, because I also am one, but I'm really looking to work with the people who are in their communities, they're working with the public, and they have employees from the community. That I have a lot of trainings on team hiring, firing, trainings for sales, all this kind of stuff inside my program. And so it's really exciting to me to help the local people who are out in their communities day to day. So that's me in a nutshell. And what I want to know, what is you? What are your goals when it came to starting this business in the first place? What was the real fire behind that for you? If it was just to escape the 9 to 5, that's one thing, but more than likely it was probably a deep-seated passion, or you saw a problem out there and you saw an opportunity and you took it. Okay, like that is true entrepreneurial spirit, y'all. Like that's the real deal. And I want to reward those people, but also equip them and protect them from a blow. Let's face it, they're telling us the economy is good, but I'm not so sure about that. And we've been preparing for I don't want to say it, but we all know. We've all been preparing for a downturn, a crash. Things have kind of only been getting worse if you really look at the facts. So, aside from that, we need to equip our business to be as bulletproof as possible. So, having these systems that protect us, the marketing that is tailored to our dream client, who, by the way, likely will be less affected by this economic downturn because they're in a higher bracket and they can sustain that blow a little easier. By focusing our efforts to be narrowed in on the right specific people who are already looking for this, so that we don't have to convince them or sell them, they want us, we just make it easier to find us. That is the type of tweaks in your business that it's literally exponential what can happen. I can't guarantee anything, but I also at the same time would anticipate it could potentially be way more than 10x. It all depends on how many different areas you improve to basically amplify and stop the bleeding where you've lost people in the past. So your sales processes, okay, we're going to go through things like that. It may not sound fun, but I promise, it doesn't have to be a big deal. We're just going to talk about it, a conversation, and we're going to brainstorm and identify areas that could maybe be improved. And I love it. It's going to be awesome. That's what I want to help any small business owner do. So that's me in a nutshell, just kind of rambling on about this mission. And in the next few podcasts, you're going to start noticing more casual, conversational, even interviews. Yes, very excited about that. We have something set up with Miss Carrie Thomas, and she is an organizational coach specifically for business owners. And I am going to get with her on an interview coming very soon, and I'm really excited about it. I think I am going to learn a ton from her. I have kind of always lacked in the organization department, and I'm trying, but man, I am excited to hear anything she has to say. So I'm really excited. I met with her in a local networking group in Florida, and so can't wait for her to come on here. And we'll probably meet over Zoom and share it within our Facebook group, Small Business Women Fueled by Faith. So I want to make an announcement about my upcoming workshop. So I am hosting a workshop, and it is for small business owners who are going to be goal setting for 2024. Now, we just talked about the economy being a little iffy. This is exactly why we need to have a strategic plan in place that's going to make us as bulletproof and sustainable as possible, because that's just going to lessen our pain if something were to happen and also help us prepare a cushion for if it does. So this is bigger than just go for your dreams and level up and the frou-frou stuff. This is really about longevity and making yourself in a business armor, so to speak. So get registered for this workshop. It is inside my group, Small Business Women Fueled by Faith, on Facebook. So come over there. And also, I've got a link where you could just register for the email and join us on Zoom, but I'm still going to want you inside that Facebook group. So make sure that you get registered for both of those. Okay. And then also, if you can think of a friend of yours who also has a business, even if it is an online business, this is an annual big thing that I have done for the past maybe 5 years of my life. And every single year, I don't achieve everything, but I do achieve a good, surprising amount of the pretty impressive things, in my opinion, on my list. And, for example, it's 2023. In January of this year, I moved from I moved from Missouri to Florida. And 1 month ago, I just moved back. Okay. I did both of those big planning events. If you've ever moved across the country, I mean, I'm telling you, this was 2 days of driving. Man, I'm glad it's over. But yeah, so that's why I'm back in Missouri now. And I'm excited to be back. And it's just a journey, y'all. Business is a journey. And it's okay when you have the setbacks, because sometimes they are there for a reason to have you reflect and reroute. So that's what we're doing. So make sure you come join us in the Facebook group. Make sure you get registered for the workshop, and keep an eye out for the interview coming up with Miss Carrie Thomas. It's going to be awesome. And that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you leave a review if you are liking this, and share it with your podcast people. And we'll see you inside the Facebook group.